social media. But before that, it's always good to check what are these particular social media. Yeah. So we have different categories of social media, and that is with respect to the blogs, Twitter, we have Facebooks, and so on and so forth. Yeah. Now, when we talk about social media, we need to look at it from the positive aspect. How can we like gain or benefit from these particular social medias? One question I normally pose to friends and students is that before you log in or use a particular social media, what is always the reason for you to do that? Yeah? What are some of the benefits of using Facebook, for instance, or Twitter, for instance? Yeah. So we need to understand the benefits that you're going to gain more. As you have seen, yeah, using a particular technology, we need to associate ourselves with benefits rather than just using it for the sake. So one of the platforms that you're going to look at is a blog, and at the end of the day, I'll request you guys to create a blog, a simple one. I think that we are going to discuss later. So, of course, most people use blogs to express themselves. Yeah. You can be an author. You can be talking about a particular area that you're passionate with, technology, industry, talk about anything that you feel that you need to express yourself. So we have different categories of blogs as you're going to look at. Of course, it's a short form of weblog, right? There are platforms that offers free blogging platforms. I mean, free blogs, yeah, like the Gym, Google. Of course, others you need to pay for, yeah. Now, different categories of blogs, yeah. We have blogs under authorship. For instance, if you want to create a blog talking about something that you're passionate with, like for example, if you're a mechanic and you want to talk about how to repair vehicles, yeah, you can have personal blogs, yeah. So instead of someone bothering you about how to make their vehicles or what to do, they can always visit your blog and see what you say about that. If you happen maybe to have like a bigger industry about how this vehicle thing repairing happens, and you want to partner with different people, so you can have collaborative blogs. Yeah, so we refer to that as a group of what blogs. So this means that 2 or 3 people come together, set up a platform where they can engage and share experience to a wider audience, right? So we have authorship, and you can see 2 categories of authorship is personal and collaborative. Again, we have reach, right? How far do you want to go as far as your blog is concerned? By that one, I mean that the size of the audience. Yeah? Do you want to limit your blog to a particular group of people, or you want to go public? Right? Now, most organizations, they offer aggregate blogs. This is where we have intranet and extranet. Yeah? So intranet is whereby you restrict people who can access a particular part of that particular blog. And of course, we have extranet where people can publicly, but at some point, provide some credentials. Most organizations also have the private blogs, yeah, that you need to holistically provide username and password to be able to do it, to access that particular blog. Then we have public blogs. Of course, public means anyone can be able to access. And this is what various organizations and marketers use if they want to showcase their products and services. Now, that is reach. Again, we have another category of blogs, the media type. Blogging based on the media. Like for example, if you want to showcase your products using a video, yeah, we refer to that as a vlog. You can create a vlog, yeah. So you just talk about stuff based on on your videos. Yeah? Then we have the bookmarks, where you bookmark different links, yeah, from different websites. So we refer to that as well, link log. And of course, if you are an artist or you are a designer and you want to create some kind of rough ideas, or what we refer to as sketches, we refer to that blog as a sketch blog. Of course, if your blog comprises of very many photos or images for that matter, we refer to that as photo blog. So again, if you want to develop or create a blog, you must be informed by the audience. How far do you want your blog to go? Who is going to access that particular blog? And of course, how do you want to communicate with your audience? Is it via video, via images, and so on? So those are the three categories of blogs that you need to take note of. Now, how do you choose the right blog for passing information to your audience? Yeah? So it's very critical. Why should I use Twitter and not Instagram? Why should I use Facebook and not LinkedIn? Yeah? So we need to look at the various ways of selecting the right media for communication. Like, for example, the first step is study your audience. Yeah? You need to study your audience and discover their social media, where they are. Like looking at the age group, yeah, because you can also distinguish the various audience based on the age group. Yeah? So they normally say the age of 18 to 29, like Facebook. So you have to identify where your audience are before you use a particular media to maybe, before you use a particular social media to, if you want to promote your products or you want to engage with the audience. Number two is identify the type of content, yeah, the content that you're going to use. Are you going to be the person who uses image most of the time? So if it's image-based blog or content, you go to what? YouTube, isn't it? Yeah? Or images are best. Which platform is best for images? Instagram. Yeah? Number three, you need to actually do some informed analysis through data analysis. Google offers a free tool known as Google Analytics. This allows you to carry out some kind of statistics of who uses your blog, for instance, or who uses a particular social media. Yeah? For instance, if they come to your page, for example, what do they normally go for or look at? You see that those audience or people, they just go to your platform for specific news and so on. So analytics or Google Analytics enable you, yeah, to narrow down to specific reach. Yeah? So are they ladies who frequent to this particular platform? And if they're ladies, specifically what do they look for? Yeah? Because, if you have these kind of blogs and so on, people are not going to be consuming everything that you present to them. Yeah? So and that one will help you to develop content. So if you get that majority keeps on coming, if you upload a particular image, then it's better you have a photo blog and so on. And to narrow down, we have this particular table that shows us how different social media can represent some demographic groups. Like Facebook, almost everyone, yeah, uses Facebook. Yeah. I remember there's a student in Daystar who told me that they're not going to, or she's not going to join any of the platforms. Yeah. It's not about, so those are the kind of cultural practices that this particular social media has, affect how this social media affect our culture. Some people just say, I won't because my culture doesn't like people using Facebook. You know. Twitter, BBIT. I think there's a course we teach known as social computing. Maybe we are going to discuss more about that. Yeah, why some people don't use this and that. Twitter. How many have Twitter handles? By show of hands. Twitter? Those who are online, do you have Twitter handles? Yeah. So if you have a Twitter handle, the better. If you don't have, I'll ask you or I'll request you to create a Twitter account. Yeah. Twitter is a very good platform to easily share content. You know, you need to be updated with technology. Yeah. Don't just hear people tweeting. Yeah. Don't be a consumer, my friend. Also participate in these platforms. Yeah. You also write something, tweet something. Yeah. So the things that we really can't brush away and say that because I'm not this and that, so I won't be able to use. Yeah. Technology doesn't know whether you are hungry, whether you are satisfied. It is there. So it's either you use it. Of course, Google Plus is not really being used nowadays. Yeah. So we have Pinterest. You can say it's image driven. We have Instagram, right? Of course, YouTube is not mentioned there. But you can see the kind of model also that they embrace. Like Facebook embraces business to consumer model, B2C. Yeah. So that means most businesses, you can use Facebook to reach out to the consumer. Twitter uses the business to business. That means businesses can do business with other businesses, and also business can do or sell their products to consumers. LinkedIn, how many have LinkedIn accounts? Now that is another account that will request you to create. Yeah, they are free. You can always create them. Now LinkedIn allows you to professionally showcase what you have been doing. Yeah, how will people know you professionally outside there? So LinkedIn allows you to capture the education background. If you have at least done some charity work, volunteer work, anything that can actually mold you professionally can be captured within LinkedIn. And hey, it's not just about creating it. People use it. Employers use it. Yeah. Nowadays, even if you submit your CV, they are going to check on your LinkedIn. And there's a notification area that's going to tell you the kind of people who visited your LinkedIn. Yeah. So I'll urge you to create. Yeah. Just type linkedin.com. Mention the university you are in. Start populating it because there are different categories. Publications that you have done, volunteer work that you have engaged in, education background, yeah, the jobs that you are doing, and so on. So it's a good platform that any person that wants to mold themselves in a professional manner and share who they are professionally, you need to have LinkedIn. Yeah, so don't wait until I ask you to, no. Anyway, I might ask you to share your link at some point and I have a look at it. So that's a must, yeah? Ensure that you create that. Twitter, I might not really, but LinkedIn, ensure that you create that, yeah? Don't wait until someone asks you to share your link and then I get nothing, or you can not share your link. Yeah, so ensure that you have that. That is part of social media that I want you. Instagram, I don't care whether you have it or not. Facebook, but LinkedIn, try as much as possible to have it. If you have issues creating it, let me know. Again, we have a pictorial presentation that showcases what these particular platforms are good for, best for what, yeah. The primary audience that likes Pinterest, LinkedIn, and so on. So you can take this one for your information and know the kind of social media platform to use when you're engaging a particular audience. We summarize by looking at them in different ways. Like we have the kitchen sink networks. Yeah? Our kitchen sink networks examples are Facebook and Twitter. Normally they use kind of it's very absurd or awkward to post a lengthy text within Twitter. In fact, there's some limitation of characters. I believe it's up to 240, right? Image-based, we have looked at Instagram, Tumblr. You can always Google and find out more about these particular image-based networks that you have. Of course, you have also video networks, right? Like YouTube, yeah. We have business-focused networks, LinkedIn. We also have search engine optimization, right? Now, this is offered by through use of keywords. So that is Google-based option. We have location-based. Of course, even Facebook nowadays provides these location-based networks. Niche networks, when you want to narrow down to a particular technology forum, you can use these particular networks. So those are the 7, I believe there are always 7 categories of social network types. There's a difference between social media and social network. Social network. So I'm not talking about social media here. You can say I've expounded. Social media is part of the larger social network. In fact, the real known social network applications are Facebook and LinkedIn. Now, talking about blog, we also have microblogs, and we need to emphasize more on the Twitter. So it's good to know how to use a Twitter. I really won't go into details about that. But if you want to be part of trending news, what do you normally use? If you want to be part, RIARA graduation. If you want to be part of RIARA graduation using Twitter, how do you follow the trending? Use hashtag, isn't it? Hashtag. If you want to mention someone on your Twitter or share information with your friend, you use which symbol? @ Very good. So try as much as possible for those who don't have, be part of this stuff. The other examples of microblogging, they are there, just mentioned. So you can get yourself engaged in some of them. Code of conduct for bloggers. If you are going to be a blogger, either as a contributor or consumer, there are some code of conducts you need to adhere to. Of course, taking responsibility either for what you post or what you comment, right? If you're a blogger, you need to ensure that those people who post within your blog, or those people who actually capture their comments within your photo, they are people who have their names, not anonymous, because if something happens, they'll come for you. Of course, it's always ensure that you offer a level playing ground for all the participants. Ensure that you take conversations offline in case there's some kind of disagreement. I normally say people engage. You air your dirty linen within a particular forum or platform. So it's always good if you're a blogger, either advise the person, hey, my friend, I was not talking about your tribe. You got me wrongly. So this is what. So you can DM, you can talk about stuff without putting them online. Of course, the last one, don't say anything online that you wouldn't say in person, right? That's some ethical behavior that you need to observe. Now, again, talking about social media, we need to understand the web marketing aspect. Now, reason as to why we need to emphasize on these web marketing and web options is the benefits of social media in a given way. So we don't want you guys just to feel that this social media, they're just there to type. You look at what your friends are doing and so on. So you can always benefit them. So nowadays, we have the Jumias of today. Which other e-commerce platform that you're, Amazons and the rest, They do all this kind of web marketing. Don't be just a consumer, my friend. Also participate, also benefit, Try to find out how comes Jumia, they make a lot of money, and I mean, Amazon, how do they operate? You can also start your own store, right? So we have different types of web marketing strategies that you can apply. Display advertisement. Visit any particular website, you'll always see some kind of banners, showcasing different products, services, right? So we can do web marketing via display advertisement. We also have search engine marketing, whereby organizations marketing use Google to market their product. Search engine optimization, yeah, of course, is technical, but this is whereby you just have some organic search, and then you find the product or services that you're looking for. This is free. We have referral marketing. Yeah, you purchase a particular product, or you go to a salon or barber and you liked the service, you can always refer. Yeah, through internet channels, maybe via social media platforms or so. Affiliate marketing, yeah, selling some products or mentioning services on behalf of another company, and then they pay you what? Some commission, right? We also have inbound marketing. This is a strategy that most organizations are employing to push their products and services to the end users. And then you also have video marketing, of course, promoting products using videos. So we said that social media, email, and privacy issues needs to be discussed. Yes, you have a question? Advantages of email marketing, yeah. I'm not talking about advantages of email, because I believe we know what email do. Of course, it has its pros and cons. Now, most people rely on email marketing. And remember the ethical dilemma that I was talking about. Email or marketing versus spamming. Yeah. So, in as much as we use email for marketing purposes, we must also note that it creates some kind of unwanted, yeah, emails on our inbox. Yeah. So, of course, you need to have a database. You need to collect information from different audiences so that you can be able to practice this kind of marketing. So why is it the preferred use, the preferred option that people use for marketing? Cause one, mostly emails are seen to be professional. Most people use email to communicate professionally. Social media people take it as a joke. There's a way that you can do some analysis, great analysis using email compared to other platforms and so on. You can make follow-ups and so on, right? Challenges facing, of course, we have challenges of using email as a platform. Yeah, the advantages we all know. Fast, of course, we say they are reliable, yeah, and so on. But again, we have major challenges that we need to take note of. Information overload. Yeah? You're going to an environment whereby you will be required to do some part-time studies, do some part-time jobs, run around replying to X, Y, and Z emails. You will find by time or with the time, your health can be affected. Yeah, because there are a lot of things that you need to do. Yeah. I remember at some point you are working somewhere and someone could just say, my friend, I've not done anything. I've just been replying to emails the whole day. Yeah. To reply to an email, what it takes is to look at the priority. Yeah, because you can get within 1 minute, like 50 plus emails. So you have to note the priority emails to respond to. Of course, you can't reply for something that you haven't done what? Read through. Yeah? So information overload is one thing that people are facing. Attachment, size limitation. Most of us use Gmail, and I think the maximum size for attachment is 25 MB. Although they removed that cap, nowadays you can attach via Google Drive. So someone can click on the link. Yeah. So attachment size limitation is something that most organizations or you yourself will find yourself in. Like for example, if you want to share a larger file, so how will you go about it? So that's another challenge that we face. Of course, spam mail. Yeah. If you look at your inbox, you will realize that you have some emails that are not worth within your inbox. So normally you will spam them. Or Gmail will automatically spam them for you. Gmail only offers 15 GB for you to store your emails for free. Yeah. So that means some of us, we have surpassed that particular limitation. So that means either you create a new email. Now, ask yourself, if spam mails takes almost half of your space, yeah, so that means you'll be required to create a new Gmail account. Suppose your clients know that this is your Gmail account, yeah? How many Gmail accounts are you going to create? Now, spam mails should be eradicated and is always a menace. I don't know how companies deals with it, but there are kind of programs that the companies install that always prevent the spam mails from getting to employees' email. Of course, we talk about spoofing. No need to repeat about that. In case you forgot what spoofing is that someone sent you an email that you think that is legit, yeah? Yeah, like from Riara. Then you reply, yeah? Bombing, where this is a case where hackers use, they take advantage. They want to make, they want to ensure that your inbox get filled. This is an automated process whereby one day you wake up and you're told you're running out of space. So it could be a kind of a hacking mechanism, right? We also have flaming. Flaming, of course, is a way that you use your, of course, how you compose your email, yeah, using red font and uppercase letters to respond to a particular email, communicate something different, yeah? So we should avoid flaming, yeah? Just be responsible, yeah? The etiquette, yeah? How you present yourself when you are drafting, when you're composing an email, yeah? The way you're going to communicate with your friend is not the same way you're going to communicate with your lecturer, for instance. The way you're going to communicate with me is not the same way you're going to communicate with the VC. Yeah? The way you're going to communicate with the VC maybe is not the same way you're going to communicate with the president. What I'm saying here is this: when you're trying to write an email, be professional, be formal as much as possible. Normally, when I address my friend, even my closest friends, I don't take it for granted, yeah, because it's a practice that I need to, it's something that I need to practice, yeah, so that at least so we need to practice this, yeah. So even if it's your friend, yeah, just say, dear Madam or Sir, or dear David, yeah, kindly check on the attached document that you had requested, so that you practice. But the moment you are going to, like, say that is just my friend, let me just reply, angalia hapo kwa attachment, yeah. Next time you'll find yourself replying that or talking to a very senior person, and that's how you're going to lose your credibility or job or something. Most people have really suffered because of flaming. You are to create this, and I think I've already mentioned, so ensure that you create the following social networks. It is a must, it's not a request, yeah? So ensure, specifically LinkedIn account, yeah? I know of some people who really didn't do it and they were to blame themselves, yeah? So it's part of the exercise. And again, we are going to look at how to create or go through a blogger. So let's start with that. Now, so how do we secure ourselves? Yeah, how do we secure ourselves from these particular problems or challenges that we face via using the various social networks? Yeah. Confidentiality has always been an issue when using social networks. We have seen that. Of course, integrity of the data can be compromised if someone accesses this information without the right authorization. Privacy is also something that keeps on coming up when we're using these social networks. So we have various possible threats to this. We have, of course, the privacy breach. Yeah. most people will say, hey, my account has been hacked. Yeah, I normally see people saying, hey, I'm not the one who posted on that Facebook account. Yeah, someone hacked it. Yeah, so how did someone hack your account? Of course, it happens. Yeah, there are chances that there was some privacy breach. Either someone guessed your password. Yeah, you remember the keyloggers. Yeah, carelessness, laziness. Maybe you had trusted your friend, yeah, so much to an extent that you just wrote your password and left it on the table before going home, right? So we need to understand that, yeah. Passive attacks, we looked at all that when you're looking at the, we mentioned the sniffers, yeah, whereby someone taps into your communication channel and get to understand how you communicate. Yeah, active is when they spring in action. Yeah, so these nodes are actually two devices that communicate via each other. So we have examples, major attacks areas. We have malware attacks. I think this is kind of repetition, but hey, they also happen within social media very, very quite often. Yeah, like identity theft. Yeah. How many have logged into their Facebook account and you find a replica account? Yeah, like I'm John Sagimo. I find like 4 or 5 John Sagimos, and you ask yourself, yeah, or better still, someone is going to create an account with similar name, then start sending requests to your what? To your friends. Yeah, it happens a lot. So anyway, before you accept, yeah, some requests from some people, yeah, do some kind of due diligence. Maybe try to find out who is this, because someone could create a pseudo account or some kind of funny accounts, yeah, just to try to get more information from you. The good thing with the stuff such as Facebook, they have enhanced their privacy settings in such a way that even your friends cannot be able to view some parts of your profile. Yeah. So I think that is a commendable job. People have always complained and they have acted. Yeah, and they are very strict nowadays. Yeah. Facebook is very, very strict. Yeah. So what are some of the risks that we can have within these particular platforms? Identity theft, I've mentioned that. It has happened even in major organizations or countries. Yeah. So here is whereby privacy issue. Someone picks or get access to the server credentials. They get the employee information. They use it for other purposes. So identity theft is one of the most repeated kind of attack that happens within social media. Normally what I say is that if it's not necessary, don't post it. Yeah. Is it really necessary to tell someone that maybe you're going somewhere far from your place? Of course, you can tell your friends. Even you can do a direct message to them. But posting your location, yeah, or posting something that someone can relate. Yeah, you see, normally we say, people normally say that whatever they do online, someone cannot relate to what they do offline. No. Most of the kidnappings, most of the murders that are happening nowadays, it starts from careless online likes, comments. Yeah, I'm in Mombasa for holiday. Yeah, I don't know, I took my daughter to this, we are with my, I mean, if it's not necessary, this world is not something that you have to share with everyone. Yeah, don't avoid. Yeah, because some of us, we can string. Someone can string all these things that you're posting. Yeah, someone can string them together up to the last, and know even where you are living. Yeah, so if you say that you are somewhere, like I was giving an example. Yeah, your dad purchases a house in Karen or Runda. Yeah, maybe he doesn't want people to know. Maybe he had some kind of loan and maybe he's struggling to pay someone. But you rush saying, hey, we are going to our new house. You post the picture. Yeah, maybe the person, so the guy doesn't want to pay me this money, and he can. So let's try to avoid as much as possible, because this thing can always be traced back to our normal lives. Fake requests from spam profiles, I think I've mentioned this. So let's try to know or distinguish legit requests from fake requests. Myself, I don't know, but even going back to the downloading of apps, how do you determine that this is a KCB app, legit from the KCB bank, and not another fake KCB app? Yeah. How do you distinguish that this is a legit application that I need to use? Because there are many. Yeah. What do you look for? You can look for the reviews. Check how people. Again, you can also ask from the original what? Company to provide you the link to the what? To that particular app. Yeah. Because if you download apps and you accept maybe a request from fake accounts, it could pose a challenge. Sharing, I think I've also mentioned this. I think I've mentioned everything when I was discussing examples. Social sharing. Yeah. Again, and I think these are some of the questions that I keep on asking. What is the reason behind, yeah, creating an account to use a particular platform? How do you want to benefit? Yeah, or you just want to go gossip and do other stuff? Because the moment you expose yourself to these multiple platforms, yeah, you really pose a great threat. So if you don't really need to use a Facebook app, anyway, yeah, because I think ideally I use a Facebook page. Yeah? I have a Facebook group. So, but if you come to my profile, I rarely share things. Yeah? But I present myself as a page or as a group. Yeah? Risk of social sharing. So you can see what these locations are shown on the web. Yeah. So these are what I was saying. Someone can be able to track you online and do harm. Profile hacking are very common. I think I've noticed two personalities in Kenya. They have lost their profiles. Yeah. So people are using their profile to advertise other stuff. Yeah. So we need to take note of this. Yeah. Of course, it can taint your reputation. Yeah. By the time you convince people that that is not me, yeah, it takes time. Yeah. We have fake apps. I think I was mentioning this, malicious links, and I think I'd shared with you some write-ups on how you can avoid these kind of links. Yeah. So how do we, or what are some of the steps that we need to take maybe to prevent or to stop these fraudulent risks? Yeah. It goes without saying that a strong password is very, very necessary. Yeah. Strong password. Another question, we have multiple applications that we need to log into. How do you manage your passwords? Or you are that kind of person that says, I use one password to all my what? All my apps. Yeah. Gmail, one password. I use it in Facebook and so on. So it could be strong, but take note, we said that we have the keyloggers and those sniffers. They can be, if they crack your password, then all your accounts will be hacked. But hey, thanks. We have a two-factor authentication that's normally employed in most of the apps. Rarely did we have two-factor, but nowadays, even the banking applications, if you log in from a different location, they always call you, send you an alert, like Gmail, that someone is trying to log into your account. They also send a code to your mobile phones, maybe just to confirm. Yeah. So if it's you, you need to do what? To enter that particular code. So I think this is an improved way of actually curbing this particular privacy issue. And lastly, not lastly, but it's very important that you do some proper settings within, proper security settings within your social media accounts. Do you know how to set security or proper security within your Twitter account? Yeah. Always go to settings, check privacy. Yeah. If you go to Facebook, I think they also have the privacy settings. Try to check. Is it necessary for people to view everything within your profile? Try to activate, deactivate, all that. Yeah. We have mentioned that do not accept requests from unknown profiles. Yeah. So perform some due diligence on that. So before you actually accept your friends, we need to know that they are the real friends. There's a time I had like 2,500 friends on my Facebook, but I realized that there are some kind of fishy things going on. Yeah, so I had to take there's some weekend I had to sit down and look at each and every contact. Yeah, and I realized that the person who requested me to accept them as my friend is no longer my friend, but now they have transformed to the real person. Yeah, so it was a kind of a very unique name. Yeah, so when I clicked and that one was a hacker. Yeah, so normally they present themselves as some people you know, then later on they go back to their normal friends. Yeah. So they could come there to pick, maybe to get information from your friends, do their marketing on behalf. I mean, people do a lot of stuff. Then you need to think twice before clicking on any links, right? You need to think twice. Don't just rush and click on a link. By clicking on a link, automatically someone could have released something within your machine. Yeah, because those links themselves, they're attached to some kind of malicious softwares. Yeah? So you could be clicking and then and automatically there's some kind of very small files that install themselves either within your phone or within your computer. So don't just click. Identify fake apps before installation. So indicated how you can be able to identify, check the reviews, how people who associate with that, call the company themselves, let them give you the real link to the app so that you can be able to do it. You can be able to download. Also, before you share something with your friends, yeah, or your relatives, yeah, think. I mean, if it's not necessary, it's not going to hurt you. Even if they don't know that you have a new car, it's not a problem. You're not buying it for them. Yeah. So again, let's think before we share this kind of stuff. So I think I'll stop there. So at least we have some kind of understanding of how we should protect ourselves from the social media attacks. How we can improve our ethical use of computer systems, be it online. Again, I'll share more information. So consistently check on your OSINT to see the updated notes.